The biggest lie we have been told, finding purpose. What does that mean? I hear so many people talking about finding purpose. And what I've learned in all these years, working on myself, self-discovery, spirituality, is that a lot of what's going on out there is not entirely correct. And this is what I want to share here today. So welcome back to another episode of the Mind Engineer community. Here, Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer, and I share insight, tools to help you become more of who you are, connecting more with your true self, with your highest potential, and let go of who you really are not. And one of the things I want to talk today is about this very important topic about finding purpose, because it seems like, I need to find it. Where is it? I lost it. I misplaced it. And this is one of the biggest lies that I've seen over and over again, people, that I want to share with you guys. We are human beings, right? But I believe that we also have a soul. If we are spiritual, what I believe is that we are spiritual beings living a human experience. So if we are spiritual beings living a human experience, it means that inside of us, we are all it. Everything is within us. The problem is that we're living in this society, human society, right, with unresolved issues. And a lot of people have programmed us, have taught us that everything comes from the outside. How many years have you spent? And me, it was many years of my life seeking on the outside, seeking for love, seeking for connection, seeking to feel less abandoned, seeking to feel less of something. Because deep down, we're not truly connected with Source, with God. There is an illusion of separation between us, the human side, and spirit. But that's an illusion. Why? Because what I truly believe is that the purpose that we're here to kind of find, quote unquote, or attain is very different to what most people are teaching. If I tell you that you got to do something on the outside to attain purpose, to, feel that you're completing your purpose, your mission, it's going to sound great. And it's going to sound what most people are telling you. And this is what was happening. What I love this Einstein saying, if you keep doing the same things that you're doing, expecting different results, that's insanity. And most of society are trying to find purpose on the outside, as if it were something that I need to do to be able to be accepted in the heavens, to become, more who I truly am, to whatever. And we're just following what our parents, what society has taught us. Because since childhood, we had to behave in a specific way. We had to get these, specific grades, or we had to be accepted and loved by others by fitting in. So what I believe is that God, universe, whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. I'm not talking about specific religion. I'm talking about spirituality in general. What I've studied is that God individualized itself in billions of people. But in that individualization, it created each person unique. So if creating a person unique, yes, I can think that I need to do something externally, but what if my true purpose is to discover who I am truly and be able to share that with the world? So if I can tap into who I am truly and share that with the world, what if that is your purpose? And then I get people that say, okay, Tommy, I love what you're saying, but what should I do next? When you truly tap with who you are, you don't care what you do. You can be an accountant and serving people from that place of love, acceptance, joy, whatever, from spirit. You can be an engineer. You can be a server at a cafe. You can work anywhere, but you are showing who you are through what you do. So you're sharing who you are through what you do. Not what you do defines you. listen to that lie that we have been taught our entire life, that what we do define us. And that is the biggest lie that has been told to us, because then it gets confusing with finding purpose. So let me ask you this. If I'm in a bad mood, if I'm having a rough day because of my unresolved issues, and I talk to my kids or my wife in a bad way, does that define me, who I am? That goes against the premise that I'm a spiritual being living a human experience. If I'm a spiritual being living a human experience, how can I accept that my what I do defines me? So many people out there just believe what others are telling them, teaching them, without even challenging anything. And this is a big problem we have in society. We believe that what we do defined us, but we also want to believe that we're spiritual beings living a human experience. Those are totally opposite beliefs. What I do defines who I am, and I'm a spiritual being living a human experience. It makes no sense. Because if I'm in a bad mood, if I treat somebody in not a very respectful way because I got triggered because of a unresolved issue from my ego, that doesn't define who I am. It just shows where I'm not free, where I have some type of limitation, some type of belief. That's not me. That is not spirit. That is a human side. So from the human side, I'm going to make mistakes. That's what we're here trying to figure out. But if I don't do anything, I'm not going to make mistakes, and I'm not going to be able to become who I'm meant to be. So it is important, it is very important to start challenging everything we believe. That is what I believe our purpose is, to become who we're meant to be. That's it. But how do we become who we're meant to be? It starts by challenging what you believe in. Because seriously, 80 to 90% of what you believe in is not spirit, it is the human ego. What do I mean with that? If you believe that your actions speak louder than your words and that your actions define you, that's ego. Because from spirit, that's not true. When you're not okay with some type of behavior, like maybe you're smoking and you're not okay with that, or you are drinking, or you are overweight and not being able to take care of yourself, or you're not going to the gym, or whatever it is that you're doing that you're not okay with yourself, that is ego. Oh, Tommy, but I need to be hard on myself to get things done. Yeah, you can do that. That is ego. That is not spirit. Spirit loves and accepts, creates a safe environment for me to be able to do the things that I need to do. So I still do the things that I need to do. I still do the things that I need to do, but from a very different place. Does that make sense, people? Show me in the chat a one if you can, if this is making sense. If you're watching live, you can type hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. Let me know if you're there, if you're liking this, if it makes sense. There's so many mental constructs that we have put together that go against spirit in a way. We try to become more spirit, but our language, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we talk to others, the way we think is not aligned with spirit, is aligned with ego. Ego wants to control. Ego wants to be perfect. Ego doesn't want to make mistakes. Ego procrastinates. Ego, whatever. And it's not talking about ego as the enemy. I'm talking about loving and accepting ego, supporting it. That is your purpose, to become more spirit, to manifest this amazing individualization, unique individualization of God here on earth. If God individualized in a unique version of Him, her, here and now, that is your purpose. To get to know who you really are and be able to manifest here that on earth in anything you do. Anything you do. A lot of people confuse that if you're really spiritual, if you're really aligned, blah, blah, you're going to be success. You're going to be able to make a lot of money. You're going to be able to impact millions around the world. If we look at Buddha, him, he didn't impact millions around the world when he started spreading the word. No, he had a group of disciples that was following him. After he left Buddha, yes, his physical form, whatever he did, right? From there on, his disciples started sharing his word, and more people are sharing his word, the same as Jesus, his disciples. So if you look at that, Jesus didn't impact millions of lives around the world when he was incarnated. Did he? No. So a lot of people confused that I need to impact millions. I need to make millions. I need to do this big thing. And we have it all wrong. That is a big lie that has been taught to us, right? To be able to keep us stuck. Because if you keep trying to find your purpose, where is it? That time that you're spending in trying to find a purpose on the outside, you're not connecting on the inside. You're not truly discovering who you are. You're playing this external game and it's keeping you busy from going within. If you look, social media, movies, Netflix, if you start looking around us, there's so many distractions to go within. Oh no, I need to pay the bills. So let me work. And then when I have time, I'm going to go within. Oh no, I need to learn this to then be able to go with. And it's all excuses, people, whatever it is. Sharing time with loved ones. Don't get me wrong, it is great. But are you also spending time with the most important loved one that you need to? And it's not taking care of your family. Don't get me wrong. But it's finding a balance too. The problem is, a lot of people that I work with tell me, Tommy, I don't have time. I don't have time to do prayers. I don't have time to do meditation. I don't have time to do this inner work. Okay, let's check something, right? And we go through the day. So you wake up in the morning. At what time do you wake up? I wake up at 8, 7, whatever. Okay, what do? I take a shower, blah, blah, blah. Maybe watch the news. Okay, how long do you spend watching the news on the phone over whatever? Oh, maybe half an hour, an hour. Okay, there you go. So I don't tell them anything. I separate that an hour, half an hour. Boom. Okay. What do you do next? Oh, while I have a breakfast, I blah, blah, whatever. I go to work. Okay, work. From what time to what time? During work, what do you do at work? Oh, sometimes I check the news again. I watch some YouTube stuff. I go into social media. Okay, how long do you spend on those things? Half an hour. Boom. Or 45 minutes in total during the day, an hour more. So you got 2 hours. Okay, you get back home. What do? Oh, I maybe have something to eat. I prepare, I do this, I do that. And then I go watch some movies. Okay, so you do see a full movie? Yeah, I see a full movie. So we're talking about maybe an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, so you got 4 hours that you just told me that you spend it on social media, watching movies, and in a way, resting. What if I can help you understand that meditation is also resting and is even better than watching Netflix, than watching HBO, than watching the news? And then they come with, oh, but I need to disconnect. There you go. You need to disconnect because you're in pain. And instead of connecting with the pain and be able to release it, be able to feel better, you're looking for that on the outside. But the outside is just a pill that you're taking temporarily and you're going to need it back tomorrow. And you're going to need it the next day and the next day. And it's this that's building up. And then you're going to spend hours a day numbing the pain. What if we release the pain and we don't need those things to, again, disconnect, to numb the pain? So they asked me, Tommy, don't you watch movies? Yes, but I don't do it to disconnect. I do it to chill, relax. And they might say, oh, but I do it too. Okay, but you just told me 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, that you needed that to, disconnect from the long day that you had. So you're telling me you're in pain, and instead of dealing with the pain, you're using something to numb it. So the intention behind your actions is the most important thing. Why am I going to Netflix? Why am I going to the social media? Why am I going to HBO? Why am I going to Prime, Amazon Prime? Why am I doing this? Oh, because I'm in pain, I feel bad, I'm in a bad mood, and I need to do something to stop that. There you go. What if we can do things to reconnect with ourselves, to feel less pain, to feel less abandoned, to feel less not worthy, to feel more loved, connected, build our self-esteem, or reconnect with our self-esteem better, build, reconnect with our confidence, to all of those things. So again, we spend so much time on the outside and we keep being bombarded that on the outside we're going to find the answers that we don't take time to go within. That's what I truly believe our purpose is, to manifest our unique individualization of God here on earth through connecting with ourselves within. Could be through prayers, meditation, doing different things that can help you reconnect, exercises that can help you reconnect more with who you are, challenge who you are not, let go of who you're not, and get out of this self imprisonment that you're in, because you have imprisoned yourself. When you were a kid, it was different. Your parents maybe didn't do it on purpose, but they kind of created this prison that you're still in. People complain that they're in a mental prison, but the funny thing is that if they turn around and they look back, they're going to see that behind them, the door is open. Yes, the door of your prison is open. But to see the door open, you need to work on yourself, because most people think that they are in a mental prison that they cannot leave while the door is open. It's so sad to see, and I've seen it for many, many years now. So again, be careful about seeking on the outside, because how is the word, the heavens, the, whatever you want to call it, is within you. I love the movie, the one with Tom Hanks, that they talk about spirituality and, some lost teaching and things like that. And one of them is like the temple of God. God is within you. Everything is within you. When people talk about the second coming of Christ, actually is attaining Christ consciousness, not Jesus consciousness. Jesus was able to tap into a higher consciousness that it's called the Buddha consciousness or the Christ consciousness. Gautama was able to connect with the Buddha consciousness. Jesus was able to connect with the Christ consciousness. And Jesus says it in the Bible, John 14:12. It says we're meant to do what he did and much more. He showed us the path to become the Christ, the anointed one, the one here on earth, that God individualization unique that is within us. That is what I truly believe our purpose is. So whenever you're trying to find your purpose on the outside, like it's something that you need to find on the outside, remind yourself, because the mind has been trained to go looking for it on the outside. But there's nothing on the outside. Nothing. Everything is from within. And then it doesn't matter what you do. Remember that. Impacting the lives of millions might not be in your plan. It might be impacting the life of 10, 20 people maybe, and them impacting the life of 10, 20 people, and those, it looks how it grows exponentially. 10 people that impacts the life of other 10 people each, we got 100 people. If those 100 people impact the life of 10 people, starts growing exponentially. So we need to stop that idea of we need to make a big impact, we need to make a lot of money, we need to whatever, because we need to comes from ego. Something that I really love from Maria Theresa of Calcutta, right? This woman that was working with the most vulnerable people in the world, she was saying, and I love this phrase that she has, it says, it's not big acts that are going to change the world, it's small acts made with lots of love. So is whatever you do, do it with a lot of love, with a big heart that you are already, and you're going to see how the world starts changing around you. As I mentioned many times, I felt the black sheep of my family. I was bullied at school non-stop most of my life. At school, sorry, most of my school life. Since very small till the day that I graduated. I was constantly bullied. I felt very different. And back then, different was not good. You had to fit in. And I didn't like sports, as most kids. I didn't, I played it, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like a passion. In our country, if you're not passionate about, back then, if you were not passionate about sports, you were a weirdo. I liked magic. I liked outdoors. I liked watching birds. My dad had gifted me a book of birds, so I would go through the book and start writing down the book, the birds that I saw. I was a weirdo. Instead of people teaching me to embrace that I was different, people were trying to make me fit in, and I was trying to fit in too. Don't get me wrong. And that brought a lot of pain, tons of pain, tons of unresolved issues. So instead of being able to share love, I was out there running after love. I became a people pleaser. It was very difficult for me to set boundaries. It was very difficult for me to say what I wanted. I didn't want to bother. I remember still many years ago, somebody would offer maybe some cookies, and I would say no because I didn't want to take from them. I felt uncomfortable taking from others. My mind would take it, I would see it as taking from others. I don't want to be, be thought that I'm taking advantage or whatever. I wasn't living in peace. I was living in total chaos because I was trying to make other people feel happy and try to measure what I did or said so I wouldn't bother others. That's how I was brought up. So it took me a while to be able to heal, to tap more into who I truly am and start sharing that with a bunch of people, a couple of people, not with everyone, not millions around the world. I would love if I can share and spread more of this with more people. But if this is my mission, my purpose of being me, that's it. If I impact 1, 2, 10, or 1 million, I need to be able to let go of that idea from the human side that I need to impact millions. I hope I can. But what if that is not in the cards for me? What if that is not my highest purpose? It could be. Like it could be that somebody wants to make $1 million, it's not in his highest purpose. And when people are really connected with their soul, it might not happen. It might not happen that they're gonna do this or that. So we gotta be careful because all of this of manifestation, purpose, and all of this, or your mission, is all, seriously upside down. We have it all wrong. We need to be able to become more who we are meant to be, and then just let the universe unfold, the universe bring us to us what is meant to be. Not more, not less. What is meant to be to attain my highest purpose from within, not on the outside. So imagine if Jesus, right, would have felt that all the rejection from, in that case, the Jewish community, right? He would have said, no, I need to fit in. I need to shut up. I need to just follow what they're saying. Imagine. Or if he felt so frustrated that a lot of people were rejecting him, so he stopped talking, he stopped speaking up, he stopped sharing what he thought was right. So he might have changed the lives of, I don't know, when he lived, maybe 100 people or less. I have no idea. Seriously, I have no idea on that. He didn't change the life of millions when he was living. That happened later. So we got to get off our head that nonsense that we have been programmed to think that how should it look like success? How should it look like spirituality? Oh, a lot of people that used to follow our spiritual teacher, sometimes my spiritual teacher would get angry. And people would look at her and judge her and say, like, oh, look, she's not a spiritual teacher. Look how she just, okay. When Jesus was in the temple, right? When they were doing all these sacrifices in one of the temples, he came in and they were doing, of course, exchange of money. And he threw all the tables and started yelling at the Jews. He lost it. Somebody could say, oh, he's not spiritual. He's not the Son of God because look what he did. No, that was showing his human side. We all have it. You see how fast a lot of people jump into ego again? Oh, they're not spiritual. Oh, that person is not spiritual. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. That is judgment. That is not spirit. Spirit is being able to see, and this is what I've been working for the last 16 years, and my spiritual teacher really helped me, is to see divinity in each person. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's practicing how to see the divine in each person, not the human side, the divine behind the human side. That could be another part of your purpose, to be able to see the divine within you past the human side, and be able to see the divine in others past the human side. And I'm not saying it's easy. That is more challenging, and listen to this, that is more challenging and scary than trying to get out there and do something externally that supposedly is going to make me feel that I'm walking my purpose. Seriously, it's easier to get out there and try things outside of you to try to find your purpose and to really do this work inside of you. But I guarantee that it's much more rewarding to finally connect with who you are, discover your divine qualities, be able to see that within, and then be able to see that on other people. That is what really helps me during my sessions, helping people, because I help them see a glimpse of that divinity within them, and then start developing that too, together or by themselves. That's what I was taught in a way by my spiritual teacher, and that's what I'm trying to help people to do too, to see their divinity inside of them and around them. That's what I truly believe is our purpose. We're able to do that, this world is going to change. But the more we look for distractions, the more we get distracted trying to find things on the outside, it's not going to work, unfortunately. We've seen it. We experience this in the last 80, 70, 60 years. So many people have taught different things about, the outside, what you do, the things you accomplish, manifestation, blah, blah, blah. It's all a lie. I'm sorry, but it's all a lie. It's not about manifesting anything. It's about becoming who you're meant to be. That's it. The manifesting most of the time comes from ego. So don't focus so much on manifesting. Focus on who you are, who you truly are. Start questioning who you are not. Learn how to let go of that. And as you do that, I promise you, I guarantee that something is going to start changing. And eventually, if you keep doing the work, things are going to change. I've seen it for myself and with tons of people that I work with. So I hope this made sense. I hope you can see I'm coming from true love, trying to help you see the lies that we have been fed and see the higher truth. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, yes, but it's the only way out. The only way out of these illusions that we're living in, of requisite, what we have to do, of separation from others, from God. All these illusions that we're living are just illusions that we need to transcend to be able to become who we are meant to be. Thank you very much again. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped. I share the link in social media so you can join next time on Zoom, ask me questions, interact with me. I'm offering this till the middle of April so people can jump in, get some answers from different things I might, work on something that may be struggling, have some one-on-one with me. So I hope to see you around. Thank you very much, and sending love your way. Remember, I'm here to help, nothing else. Take care and have a good one.